At the beginning of the film, we observe a girl from Chicago standing dejectedly on the doorstep of a decorated house. Sloane walks inside and ignores her mother's comments that she could have dressed more festively for Christmas dinner. Almost everyone is asking the girl about her private life, which is starting to get on her nerves. Sloane talks to her aunt about her new suitor. Suzanne admits that she found the guy at the mall, and he will only be with her for the holidays. Sloane reflects that such a partner would be very suitable for her to avoid unnecessary questioning. The action shifts to another district in Chicago. Jackson goes to celebrate Christmas with the family of the girl with whom they went on a date only 3 times. The guy is not excited about looking through family albums and other entertainment. Sloane, meanwhile, decides to spend dinner at the kids' table as an outsider. Jackson's girlfriend pounces on him right in the bedroom and tells him that her parents are thrilled with him. Then comes the moment of opening presents. Jackson is embarrassed, since the girl told him he didn't need to buy anything. A guy gets a big tantrum and decides to go away from a Christmas party where everyone is a little out of sorts. Sloane, on the other hand, receives as gift pajamas that are slightly oversized for her. In addition, her younger brother decides to propose to his favorite girl right during the party. Soon, Jackson goes to the shop to return the trousers that were given to him. Sloane also appears there with her pajamas. However, the shop can only offer a ridiculous discount for these items, and the pair sell their belongings to the girl standing in line. Sloane discusses with the boy the fact that they both had a terrible Christmas. While wandering around the shopping center with Jackson, a girl bumps into her aunt's boyfriend. Upon learning that Suzanne has agreed to just celebrate all the holidays with someone without commitment, Jackson gets excited. The guy offers Sloane to celebrate the holidays together. This will allow the girl not to get a bunch of questions about marriage, and Jackson himself will no longer be hanging out with strange families. Sloane refuses, however. When her mother once again calls her and tries to introduce her to the guy, she changes her mind. Soon, Jackson and his girlfriend are off to a party for an hour. Sloane and the boyfriend rejoice that it is possible not to try to seduce each other, and immediately say what you think. Suzanne shows up at the party with another suitor. Sloane and her boyfriend step aside for a drink and discuss her previous relationships. The girl goes to the bathroom and sees a crying woman in a white dress doused with wine. Sloane takes pity on her, realizing that she is the one Jackson's mate will be proposing to tonight, and swaps dresses. During the party, the girl decides to perform a lift like in the film Dirty Dancing. However, in the process, Sloane's dress rips and Jackson drops her on himself. After the New Year's Eve party, the friends return home in a taxi. Jackson proposes to spend 14th February together, but the girl doesn't want to make such a long plan. Soon, the holiday of St. Valentine's comes. In a sweet shop, Sloane runs into her ex-boyfriend, who has found a more attractive girl. Luckily, Sloane is helped out by Jackson, who pretends that they are a couple. In the car, the friends eat sweets and agree to spend holidays and parties together again. At one of them, it turns out that Jackson knows Sloane's younger brother. He is the one who teaches him how to play golf. Soon, Easter is coming. Sloane brings a friend to celebrate with her family and is angry when her mother persistently tries to introduce her to a doctor named Farouk. Aunt Suzanne, on the other hand, shows up accompanied by yet another young beau. Her mother disapproves of her, but Sloane thinks it's quite a good practice. Soon, another party with a Mexican theme comes up. Jackson mentions his past relationship, and his girlfriend of an hour decides to find out the racy details. Soon, the topic turns to lovemaking. However, Sloane and the boyfriend have agreed not to sleep with each other. However, the next morning, the girl wakes up in Jackson's flat and finds herself in his underwear. Sloane is shocked that she doesn't remember anything, but she and her boyfriend agree that nothing definitely happened between them during the night. Soon, Mother's Day arrives, to which Sloane brings a friend. The girl's mother is unhappy that instead of looking for a relationship, her daughter keeps showing up everywhere with her friend for an hour, likening herself to Suzanne. Mom tries to convince Sloane that she should try dating her friend. However, neither the girl nor Jackson likes this idea, and they jokingly leave the table. Soon, there is a celebration in honor of the impending wedding of Sloane's younger brother. While the guys are messing around with firecrackers, the girls are on the balcony discussing what it has to do with their natures. Soon, a horrific event occurs. Jackson loses part of his finger and has to be rushed to the hospital. Sloane has to be the driver, although she is not completely sober, and, in addition, she is afraid of the sight of any mutilation. In a panic, the girl drives the car, twice almost arranging a collision on the road. Soon, Sloane arrives at the hospital, where she and her friend decide to relax a little. The same Farouk appears in the ward, with whom the girl starts flirting and chatting nicely. Jackson is visibly jealous and tries to change the subject, reminding about his lost finger. Farouk looks at the x-rays and says that the finger can be returned. Shortly thereafter, Sloane helps her friend to go into the flat. Jackson sincerely thanks the girl for her help and support and apologizes for ruining the holiday. The friends touch hands and realize that a spark has run between them. Jackson and Sloane discuss it with their acquaintances, believing that now their friendship for an hour is definitely over. Soon, Sloane's younger brother's wedding day arrives, which coincides with the labor holiday. Jackson gets a call from a friend who wants to know what they're going to do. The boyfriend, on the advice of his mate, suggests that Sloane come to the wedding with someone else, which upsets her. Finally, the wedding comes. Sloane arrives with Farouk and is very angry with her friend. It turns out that Jackson chose her aunt Suzanne as his date. Both the boyfriend and Sloane are jealous of each other until the unbelievable happens. Susanna finds herself so infatuated with the doctor that she openly dances with him. The woman then deliberately twists her ankle, and Farouk picks her up and carries her away, while looking passionately into her eyes. Annoyed by the behavior of their companions, the friends again agree to celebrate the holidays together as if the quarrel had never happened. The next time they meet is on Halloween. Sloane dresses for the party where he and his sister are going. Jackson's mate admires her sister and starts flirting with her. Meanwhile, Sloane is talking to a friend and notices his aunt dressed up as a nurse for Farouk. Soon another unpleasant surprise awaits the girl. Sloane's ex-boyfriend appears at the party along with his lover. Sloane jokes about the false belly, but then realizes that in front of her is really pregnant. Sloane leaves with her sister after squeezing out a couple of congratulations and feels herself getting hysterical. Jackson notices that his friend has got a little too sick. The guy picks Sloane up from the party and takes her home. In the lift, the girl cries that her ex-boyfriend just managed to meet someone and immediately decided to start a family. Suddenly, Sloane gets a severe stomachache as her sister mistakenly gave her a laxative before the party. The girl screams for Jackson to take off her corset, and in a rather strange pose, they are caught by the other residents of the house. Sloane finally makes it to the bathroom and yells for the guy to move away from the door. Later, Jackson helps his girlfriend into the shower while gallantly turning away. Sloane is still not feeling well, and the friend makes a special peppermint tea for her. The girl is very worried that Jackson will now banter with her for the rest of her life. However, the friend tries to support Sloane with a joke and then says it will remain their secret. The friends lie next to each other in bed for a while and don't notice how they fall asleep. In the morning, Sloane removes his friend's hand from his shoulder with an embarrassed smile. Jackson stares at the girl for a few seconds and then kisses her. Sloane happily gives in to the urge, though she jokes at first that kissing in the morning is gross. After making love, the girl feels a little weird. When her sister arrives, Sloane literally asks the guy to leave, which offends him. Jackson complains to his mate that it's like nothing happened for Sloane. The mate advises Jackson to talk to the girl during Thanksgiving. The guy arrives at Sloane's house just as dinner is burning. The girl goes with Jackson to the shop, trying to pretend that everything is fine. The guy tries to bring Sloane to a serious conversation. It seems to him that she, from fear, doesn't give an opportunity to develop their relationship. However, the friend denies everything, and Jackson leaves, saying that she herself is to blame for her loneliness. Sloane has a conversation with her aunt about Farouk. Suzanne admits that she left him so she wouldn't have to wait for things to fall apart. Soon, quarrels break out one by one in the house. Suzanne's boyfriend has a heart attack, and she and Sloane go to the hospital with him. The aunt admits that she has already missed many chances to build a family because of her fears. Noticing Farouk in the hospital, the woman barely says anything to him. Sloane asks her aunt not to miss her happiness, and she gets back together with the doctor. After the hospital, the girl goes to her home. Not knowing what to do, Sloane opens a book and discovers memorable photos. The girl looks at the photos with Jackson, remembering the good times they had together. The next day, Sloane goes to the guy's house, but at the last moment decides to just hide. Soon the girl goes with her sister to the shopping center and sees Jackson. Sloane wants to pass by, but she is persuaded not to lose her chance. The girl runs after Jackson and calls out to him, but the man hears nothing. Fortunately, a choir performing in the mall comes to Sloane's rescue. When Jackson turns around, the girl gives a heartfelt speech and confesses that she really cares for him. Sloane says she was wrong to think she needed a mate for an hour. The girl actually needs Jackson, but not just for all the holidays, but just every day. The guy forgives Sloane and kisses her to a standing ovation at the mall. This is the end of the film. Thank you all for watching this video to the end. Give this video a like. Write in the comments what you think about this film, and see you in new videos.